everyone. Real quick, just a reminder, we started this weekend, but new service times. And so if you've missed the information or you just weren't at church this past weekend, again, the first service Sunday is 8:45, then 10:15, and 11:45. So you know that information. And then happy Mother's Day from last Sunday. I hope you guys had a great celebration. And wild text, we joke that Judges is such a dark book. Well, how could we be in Judges for Mother's Day? And this week, a mother killed the bad guy. And so there you go. And as we said, if you're struggling with some of the violence and war in the book of Judges, Pastor Doug, a few years ago, wrote a great article. It's on the webpage about war in the book of Joshua, exactly what's going on here. If you want to read about that, he's really put together some amazing thoughts on that. And he's going to release an audio version that you can check out too if you just want to hear him and his sultry voice read it. And just two simple observations from this passage. Obviously, Deborah's an incredible leader. She's a military leader, a prophetess, a judge. Like, she's the first judge. And she's like, when we think of a judge, she's the most does that. She judges disputes. And she's going to go to a man named Barak, and she's going to say, hey, we have the victory. Barak's a little fearful. He's like, I'll only go if you go with me. And talked a lot about how, for almost everyone, their next step of growth or their next step of freedom is simply facing the thing they're afraid of. And it might be afraid of people, it might be afraid of a hard conversation. Man, so many people live in absolute bondage. So many people, and it's everything from career to marriage to friendships. The thing you're afraid of is leaving you in bondage. And most people are one fearful step away from freedom. Most people are one fearful step away from growth. And in a lot of ways, that's Barak. He's going to do the right fearful thing. And he makes the Hall of Faith, which is pretty cool, because even though he's scared, he's going to make the Hall of Faith. He does lose something, though, because we always lose something with fear. Deborah says, hey, the honor is going to go to a woman. And sure enough, Jael is the hero of this account. She drives the tent peg through Sisera's head. Happy Mother's Day. And we end it with this. There's two pictures of motherhood in this. One is Sisera's mother. She's a wicked woman, right? And it's interesting because she's got a lot of loving affection for her children. And we learn that all mothers have loving affection for their children. You can be an evil mother and still have loving affection for your children. The difference between good parenting, fathering, and mothering is not loving affections towards your children. It's love enough for direction, that you're directing them toward the Lord. You're directing them toward a life of God's glory. You're directing them towards things He loves. Everyone feels love towards their kid. True love actually loves them enough to direct them towards the Lord, not just think nice things about them. And maybe a good conversation today. What is a step for you that you're afraid to do that could be one step away from freedom, one step away from growth? I realize that's an incredibly vulnerable question potentially, but we're getting after it. So second question is, where are you tempted? And whether, in your spiritual mothering or fathering or your physical mothering and fathering, where are you tempted to just have loving affection, but not love enough to bring direction? And so pray you guys have a great conversation. Look forward to hearing how it goes.